There's a moment most dads don't see coming. It doesn't happen all at once. There's no big argument, no clear line where everything changes. It's quiet. At first, it just feels like something small. A plan gets changed, a visit gets moved, a conversation feels slightly different. Nothing serious, nothing you can point to. So you don't. You tell yourself it's temporary, that things will settle, that this is just part of life adjusting. And you stay calm, you don't react, you don't push, you don't want to make things worse. Because in your mind, that's what a good dad does. He stays steady, he keeps the peace, he thinks long term, but then it happens again, and again, and slowly, something starts to feel off. You're not seeing your kids the same way you used to, not as often, not as easily, not without effort. And that's when it hits you. Not all at once, but in quiet moments. When you check your phone and there's no message. When time passes and no plans are made. When you realize you're starting to wait instead of just being there. And that feeling, that's the moment most dads don't talk about. Because it doesn't feel real yet. It feels like something you can fix. Like if you just stay calm, stay patient, say the right things, it'll go back to normal. But here's the part no one tells you. That moment isn't random. It's not just things working themselves out, it's a shift. And once it starts, it keeps moving. Not because you're a bad dad, not because you don't care, but because small moments turn into patterns, and patterns turn into distance. And most dads don't realize what's happening until they're already in it. They think they have time to figure it out, time to adjust, time to fix things later. But what they don't see is every moment matters more than it seems. Every response, every reaction, every time you choose what to say or not say. Because once things start shifting, it's not about being right anymore. It's about how everything is interpreted. And that's where dads get caught off guard. Because you can mean well and still lose ground. You can stay calm and still feel things slipping. And that's the part that hits the hardest. Because you're not trying to win. You're not trying to fight. You're just trying to stay in your kids' lives. But when you feel that distance starting, and you don't fully understand why, that's where things get dangerous. Not loud, not explosive, just quiet, slow, and hard to see until it's already happening. And most dads don't get help here. They don't talk about it. They don't know what to do. So they do what they've always done. They stay quiet. They try to handle it on their own. And by the time they realize how much has changed, they're already reacting instead of thinking. Already trying to fix what could have been handled earlier. And that's not weakness. That's what happens when no one shows you what matters before it starts slipping. So, if something feels off, if you're starting to notice the distance, you're not imagining it, and you're not alone. But this is the moment that matters. Not later. Not when it gets worse. Right here. Because this is where most dads lose ground without even realizing it. If you're dealing with separation, custody conflict, or just trying to stay in your kids' lives, the Dad Survival Pack is linked in the description.